From New Orleans at 270 pounds, David Bruno. David Bruno. His opponent from parts unknown at over 300 pounds, the Super Destroyer. One fall, 10-minute time limit now. David Bruno, a newcomer here to Florida. And the Super Destroyer catching him very quickly. And Bruno caught again very quickly by the Super Destroyer. Super Destroyer brings him over. Salto, well executed. Destroyer drives a knee into the chest of Bruno. Bruno, ooh, high backdrop. Bruno in a lot of trouble now as the Super Destroyer. He's totally dominated this man. He stepped into the ring. Bruno backing away now. And the Super Destroyer has almost totally decimated this. Bruno hurdled outside the ring. Super Destroyer using those ring ropes now, catching him in the throat. The Super Destroyer setting him, bringing him up for that pile driver. Bruno trying futilely to get away from that. The Super Destroyer completely dominating his man. Certainly no question about that. And we'll take a look at this man. He brought him up for that pile driver. See how he had him hooked. Brought him up for it. And there he brings him down with that pile driver. I want to get the Super Destroyer over here for just a moment. And may I say, sir, that first of all, that pile driver has been outlawed in many states because of its dangerousness.
Well, this is very true, Gordon. It's the most devastating hold in wrestling today, and I'm the master of it. And I don't think anybody can dispute this because week after week, I've been coming here and using it, and nobody's come close to even getting out of it.
Well, I understand, too, that your 5,000 is still intact, but nobody has been able to defeat you in 10 minutes.
Well, that's true. As a matter of fact, nobody of even worthy competition has come forward to try me out for the $5,000.
That's an interesting observation. I understand, however, that you're seeking out one man rather diligently right now, and that's Sweet Brown Sugar in the Southern title.
Yes. Well, I believe there will only be one masked man around at any one particular time, and I do not like this particular man to be wearing a mask at the same time I am, and I'll be after him and his mask at all times.
Any further comments before we close?
Yes, Gordon. This part's unknown. I'm not from parts unknown. I'm from the United States of America, and I would like to be introduced as such from now on.
Fair enough. From the United States of America, the Super Destroyer. Duke closes in on him once again. Arm whips him down, but Rhodes, grabbing that chain, brings him back, catches him in the forehead, knocks him out. It is all over for Joe LeDuc. Joe LeDuc stunned, dropped to the canvas. Dusty Rhodes victorious over the Canadian freight train Joe LeDuc. The referee now beginning to remove the cuffs from the arm, and there you see Sir Oliver Humperdinck comes in. It is bad. Leroy Brown with a Sunday punch, then catches Dusty Rhodes an elbow, hurdles the referee to one side. And now, Sir Oliver Humperdinck grabbing that logging chain. Dusty Rhodes is dazed and staggered. Sir Oliver Humperdinck wraps that chain around the neck of Dusty Rhodes. And look at this devastating elbow That bad Leroy Brown, the bad man from Chicago. Bad Leroy Brown, one of the most devastating elbows, with the exception, obviously, of Dusty Rhodes' elbow. Using it again on Dusty Rhodes, and suddenly Sweet Brown Sugar, Manny Fernandez, and a host of others close into the ring, and this chapter is not forgotten. Dusty Rhodes seeking vengeance on bad Leroy Brown.
Of all you people here in the state of Florida that have been awaiting the return of the great, the legendary Dusty Rhodes, let me tell you one thing, there's nobody happier than I that he's back. That he's back laying out there right now, laying in the cold, hard, empty arena, still on his back. Ladies and gentlemen, I took my man Leroy Brown down there to introduce him to the legendary Dusty Rhodes, and met him, he did.
Hey, boss, let me tell you about it. Look at it, Daddy. That's the blood of Dusty Rhodes. I heard he was tough, bad. They even said he was badder than bad. But let me tell you something. All the people of Florida, if that's all that Dusty Rhodes got and that's all he could do, we're going to be easy picking, baby. You understand what I'm saying? I know all you orange pickers in the state of Florida understand what I'm talking about. Because I heard he was tough. And Dusty Rhodes, that was only the calling card, baby. From now on, anytime, anywhere, any place I can get my hands on you, I'm going to do the same thing. Do you understand? The same thing.
I want you to pick that big arm up there and show him this devastating elbow. An elbow that no one has ever seen the likes of before, and probably nobody ever will again. Dusty Rhodes, you call it the bionic elbow. You say it's the best in wrestling today. Well, I'm here to say balderdash. No! This is the man with the elbow. This is the man that's going to put it on you, Dusty Rhodes. Just like he did it tonight. Just like you're laying out there now, probably in a concussion. He's going to do it to you every time he can.
Well, all I can say, gentlemen, is that...
It's all been said.
Ha, ha, ha. One picture is worth 1,000 words.
10,000
It
words.
is going on.
10,000.
Watch out! Watch out, Rhodes just hit the scene. Dusty Rhodes. And he's just demolished our entire set here. We've got to get some order restored. Dusty Rhodes and Sir Oliver Humperdinck. Wait a minute, here comes Bubba Douglas, Don Serrano, and a host of others. We'll be back. We'll be back in just a moment. We've got to get... We'll be back. We'll be back in just a moment. Absolutely hurdled the desk here in front of me, and had both Sir Oliver Humperdinck and bad Leroy Brown down on the canvas. I can assure you of this. That is a long way from being over, but we finally do have some order restored. We do have our next match coming up. As I said, seeing a parade of champions today, and so right now, let's go to the ring for our next match. This match, one fall with a 10-minute time limit. At 231 pounds, from Oklahoma, former world heavyweight wrestling champion Jack Briscoe. His opponent, at 270 pounds, from Mongolia, Killer Khan. Jack Briscoe moving out against Killer Khan now, and you've got a disparity in weight here, with Khan holding about a 40-pound weight advantage. Up into those ring ropes. Briscoe breaking away again. Briscoe now with the arm drag and twist. Briscoe clamping down now with the arm bar. All right, Jack Briscoe. Has Khan back on the canvas. Beautiful fireman carry by Jack Briscoe. Of course, one of Briscoe's real long suits, that always has been in professional wrestling, is his great endurance, his great stamina. Briscoe obviously seeking to regain that World Heavyweight Championship. caught Briscoe in the back of the head. Glancing blow, Briscoe ducking away. Now Briscoe, rear chin lock with a takedown. From the hammerlock to the rear chin lock and takedown. Briscoe maintaining pressure on Killer Khan. Still marvel at what happened just a moment ago. Dusty Rhodes is a riled-up individual, no question about that. Khan trying to go for a fireman carry that he could. Briscoe backing out, blocking it very well. Khan brings him into the ropes. The referee calls for the break. Khan unleashing some heavy guns now on Jack Briscoe. Catching him a thrust into the throat, and Briscoe in trouble. Back on the canvas once again. Khan catches him in the back of the head. Briscoe again down on the canvas, and it's Khan closing in on him. At this point in time, things not going well with Jack Briscoe at all. Killer Khan, superbly conditioned athlete, an outstanding wrestler. He sets the club. Briscoe catches him in the midsection coming in. Khan staggered. Briscoe catches him again. Again, firing away at Killer Khan. Now a forearm across the chest into a rear chin lock, and Briscoe applying tremendous pressure. Khan into those ropes now. Turnbuckle now, Khan. Having some problems. The respiratory system has been slowed up some. Khan. Notice the way he used his legs that time in that inside cradle. Oh, good single leg dive. Briscoe now, the toe hold imprisoning the other foot. And so Khan has his problems now. Briscoe, single leg variation of a single leg Boston Crab. Khan twisting to his side, and that's the only way he's going to save himself. Was able to do it. Briscoe backing that left leg, catching it again. Rips across the eyes of Jack Briscoe. Khan moves in. Briscoe from Oklahoma State. Khan comes off, crashes down, but it is Briscoe rolling out of the way. Briscoe rolls out of the way, and Khan in trouble now, and Jack Briscoe going for the figure four. Jack Briscoe going for the figure four. Khan trying to break it, but the pain becomes too much, and he is conceding. He tried to break it, but the pain was too much. We'll see that again. We'll take another look at this sensational athlete, Jack Briscoe, in a very tough match. Kahn, as you see, Briscoe rolling out of the way. Kahn with trouble with that knee. Jack Briscoe quickly seizes that opportunity. There you watch him, the smoothest applicator I've ever seen of that figure 4 leg lock. Clamps down, and it is all over, and Jack Briscoe gains another well-deserved victory. The NWA World Heavyweight Wrestling Champion defends his title against the challenge of Manny Fernandez at the Miami Beach Convention Center. The entire series of matches will go like this. Bubba Douglas will take on Raul Mata in the opening match. Bill Irwin faces Mike Miller. Then the Gestapo wrestles against Gordon Nelson. It will be Jack and Jerry Briscoe facing Brian St. John and Nature Boy Stanley Lane. Steve Kern goes up against the 300-pound Super Destroyer. And then in a very special challenge match, Dusty Rhodes, the American Dream, and Sweet Brown Sugar take on Bugsy McGraw and Bad Leroy Brown. And finally, it will be the World Heavyweight Championship on the line. Harley Race defending that title against Manny Fernandez. This all takes place this coming Wednesday night in Miami Beach Convention Center. The number to call right now to make your reservations in advance, 532-4571. Well, Sir Oliver Humperdinck, Mr. McGraw, and Mr. Brown had some interesting comments regarding this coming Wednesday night.
The American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, is back after a tour of who knows where. I was hoping he'd be gone for good, but he's back. And he's just shown you people he's still the great, uncouth, unwashed individual that I've always said he was. Dusty Rhodes, you're nothing. You're nothing of a man. You're a sneak attacker. You're a backstabber. But Wednesday night in Miami Beach, take a look at what you're going to have to be facing. On my right, Bad Leroy Brown from the south side of Chicago to give you a Chicago-style whipping Halstead Street. And on my left, Bugsy McGraw, the TV champion. Not a tougher dude ever has come down the pike. And he's got a few words to say to you, Dusty Rhodes and Sweet Brown Sugar.
Well, actually, words don't have a lot to do with action. A man could stand up here, you know, he can wear a belt around his waist, a hat on his head, and say a lot of things. Or maybe he could bleach his hair blonde and be fat, and then say a lot more things. Well, Dusty Rhodes and Sweet Brown Sugar, you're going in there with the people's choice. I know you are, and you people in Miami, you sit there and waiting for a savior to come along and do the work that you cannot possibly do because you do not have the integrity, the intestinal fortitude, or the inclination or desire.
Hey.
Brown man and I are going to get the job done. We're prepared for you and going to do what we have to do no matter who likes you or when they like you.
Hey, let me tell you something. The Dream, as you call yourself. Hey, I had enough, brother. And whatever it takes, you can take that rule book you go by and throw it out the window. Because from now on out, brother, it's going to be anything goes. If I had to take you inside the ring, outside the ring, in the parking lot, wherever I run across you, I want you to know that we're going to get down. I don't care where it is or where it at. We're going to get down, brother.
You know, Brown Sugar, you've been cocky too, but it's all going to come to an end Wednesday night.
Sweet Brown Sugar and Dusty Rhodes have joined me. They've heard the comments by the trio.
Baldy and Abraham Lincoln and Fatso. Miami Beach is Dusty Rhodes and Sweet Brown Sugar's town. We done been from the mountaintop to the ghettos, beating opponents from King Curtis on down. And let me tell you something, Leroy, you slapped my face, but Wednesday night in Miami, I'm going to see how bad you really are.
There ain't no doubt about the situation that's going on here with Leroy Brown and Bugsy McGraw. We went through an era. You understand? There's an era going on right now in this country. And I just came from a country where I stood in the middle of the ring and the Star Spangled Banner was played. You understand? And that was a thrill that went through my body like no other thrill. Because we're in America, and we don't take slack from nobody or no group of people trying to hold off some type of energy, you understand? Me, Sweet Brown Sugar, Bugsy McGraw, and Bad Leroy Brown. Nothing else needs to be said about that situation. They gonna be standing in the street because me and Sugar's man, Manny Fernandez, who had a long conversation with about the situation. World's talent, the first Latin world's heavyweight champion, Manny Fernandez. And me and Sugar just gonna put a little icing on the cake.
At 221 pounds, Luis Astia. His opponent at 299 pounds from Indiana, Bugsy McGraw. So Luis Astia from Havana, Cuba, going up against Bugsy McGraw. One fall, a 10-minute time limit. Sir Oliver Humperdinck apparently recovered from the pummeling that he took at the hands of Dusty Rhodes earlier. Astia, I understand, has great speed. Collar and elbow. McGraw powers him off. Powers him back into those ropes again. Close in. Astia moves away very swiftly. Arm drag takedown by Astia. McGraw brings him up. Full body slam. Astia caught in those ropes. Hurdled outside the ring. McGraw after him, and McGraw obviously tremendously embarrassed by Astia's takedown on him. McGraw catching him again. McGraw moving around his man, Astia. Smashes him into the turnbuckle. Astia whipped into the far turnbuckle. McGraw charges in. Astia rolls out of the way in time. Astia catches him and stinging right. Another one to the side of the head, one to the midsection. Good combinations. Astia whips him off. Caught that time. Astia tried to catch him with a backdrop. McGraw was ahead of him. Drove a foot into his chest. Snapmare by Bugsy McGraw. Again, Astia taking it to canvas. Ooh, McGraw caught him. Fist into the head. Did not allow the pin. Referee warning McGraw about punching now. Astia smashed repeatedly into that turnbuckle. Astia in trouble now is McGraw. There you see Humperdinck shouting more encouragement to his man, Bugsy McGraw. McGraw brings him up. Full body slam once again on Luis Astia. The backbreaker. It is all over. It is all over for Luis Astia. A game battle, but no match for Bugsy McGraw. We'll get over the ringside and see if we can't chat with Bugsy for just a moment. Take a moment now to talk to Sir Oliver Humperdinck and Bugsy McGraw, why didn't you allow the man to pin him when he had him obviously?
Because the man is exercising. A machine like this needs exercise, and Bugsy McGraw needs the exercise, and I said pick him up and deal him more punishment. You know, there's a lot of talk going around about people conforming this way, conforming that way, but social conformity in itself is a very deep subject. Bugsy.
Well, you know, when you eliminate the impossible, the truth comes out. From the day you're born, when that doctor picks you up by the legs and slapped you on your rear end, and you scream, not knowing if it's for the joy of life or the fear of hell, that is the day you start conforming to this madness. That is the day that you're told how to dress, how to think, how to act, how to do what you do. You've come down to this point now, your point in time in life, that you come home after your job that you have that you can't stand. You come home and your wife or whoever she is, she fixes you a bunch of you look garbage and you eat it. And then you go in the front room and collapse in front of the TV set. That's right. And watch The Price is Right and think to yourself, gee, how can I get some tickets to get on the show so I can hear my name and the magic words, come on down.
Until next week, then, this would be Gordon Soley saying so long from the Sunshine State.
We'll be back. We'll be back in just a moment. We'll be back.